In this video, we're going to prepare an electrical plan and how to achieve that within Revit. So one of the first things I'll have is I have a finished floor plan. I also have a finished floor electrical plan that I have started and demoed in a previous video. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and right click on the finished floor plan. I wish to duplicate the view and just duplicate. I'm going to rename the copy. So then that way we can have plumbing. And within this view, we're going to be, first off, taking care of a few visibility graphics kind of scenarios. So I'm going to go ahead and go to visibility graphics. And within my model categories, I'm going to turn off a few things such as the easiest thing to take off would be the floors to get rid of some of the patterns that are shown by hardwood floors, carpeted floors, things like that. And just to move this menu out of the way, any other items that you think, like my electrical symbols are still in here, I'm going to go ahead and take off any electrical equipment or electrical fixtures. So since that was a duplicate of a previous of our floor plan view. And then you're going to notice I do have some section views in here that I've been working on. Those are going to show up under annotation categories. We do want to keep anything with plumbing fixtures, anything that utilizes water. I'm going to go ahead and move back to the model categories. The other thing that we want to do when we go to set this up is in this view, the walls, we're going to be running some of our plumbing through the walls and things as such. So we are going to need to go through and scroll all the way down to walls. I'm going to go ahead and click in this row or on the cell with the name in it. And I'm going to go ahead and find under the projection or surface and under transparency, I'm going to run the override. I can actually override how much of a transparency. The higher the number, the more transparent that the walls will be. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up to about 75. And I'm going to go ahead and say OK. 75%, and I'm going to go ahead and say OK. So you're really not going to notice a whole lot of difference. But when we go to draw in our plumbing plan, you're going to see that the lines are going to show up on top of those walls a little bit more. In order to set up our plumbing plan lines, we're going to go to Manage tab, and now we're going to go to the option under Additional Settings. So Additional Settings, and we're going to go to Line Styles. We're going to create, if we look at lines and expand the menu here, we're going to see all the different types of lines that are within our file. I'm going to go ahead and click the New Line Style. The name here, I'm going to call this to be Hot Water, and as a subcategory of lines. And within here, I'm going to go ahead and change the line weight to, let's say, about 3. We'll see if this looks okay. I'm going to change the coloring to a red. And on this one, I'm going to go ahead and change this type to a dash dot dot, which will be, and actually I want to pick on the let's do dash dot dot 3/8. And I want to go ahead and say apply. And now that'll open up. So now we've got our hot water line. Let's go ahead and click new again. We're going to set in the cold water line. Cold water, similar. We'll go ahead and go with a line weight of 3. If these are a little bit too heavy, we can always drop these down if we need. Changing the color, we'll change over to blue. And in this one, the line type, we're going to make this a little bit different. Let's just go dash dot. And on this one, as I look, I usually do dash dot 3/16. So the hot water was dash dot dot. This one here is going to be a dash and just a dot, and it's going to repeat itself. So that one we have set up. Let's go ahead and click. Let's go ahead and hit apply. Let's go ahead and add a new line. This one here, we'll call this the drain line. So we'll call it drain. We'll say OK. Same kind of scenario. Change to the level 3 line. This one here we'll color as green. And this one we'll leave as solid. So just as long as we have some different line patterns to represent each line type. And I'm going to go ahead and say apply and then say OK.